Hello, 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 my friends. I know it's been a while since you've been able to see me on video. I have been doing the work, I've been on my butt, and I'm super excited with all the things that I am creating that is going to be in service to not only myself, but for you as well. Hi, I'm Melissa Kirkpatrick, the business and life coach that you've been seeking. You've been wanting to align with someone that can help you navigate the struggles of business and life, and you have landed in that place with me. I've been on the training ground, my friends, and as I titled today, Dreams, Desires, Thoughts, goals, oh my, we have so many of them and we try so effortlessly to really align with all of it. You know, I just was in a networking thing and they asked, what is your BHAG, which is a big, hairy, audacious dream? And I was like, oh, I don't know, because I've learned I take things in little chunks. There is always an end goal, but there's also those little goals along the way. So what I want to talk to you about is it's not just the dreams, the desires, the goals, and the thoughts. It really all aligns with the behavior. And this might be a new concept, but this came up in the conversation as well. I started back on my health journey about, a month or so ago, because I recognized that without my health, I have nothing. If I'm totally burning the candle at both ends and I'm not nourishing myself and I'm not fueling myself and I'm not taking care of me, then what good is it to build this empire? And so when I aligned with this and found the right person to work with, and it was working on the mindset of progress over perfection, there was almost like a switch that flipped inside of me. And I got to thinking about all the times that I, succeeded and failed when I was a size 4 for a couple of years, which I never dreamed I would be that size. And then how I reverted back into the size 10s, 12s, almost 14s. Like all of those things are an awareness that I have. So it became aware that it was the behaviors. It wasn't so much the goal, the desire, the dream, or the thought that I wanted. It was the behaviors that I was doing in every moment. I was being consistent in the behavioral patterns that basically did not serve me. And so how does that look in business? We do the same thing. When I was in the thoughts, the dreams, the desires, the goals, then I could see myself doing all the things, having the success, having the money, having the travel, having the material things, whatever, the donations, supporting others. And I was not behaving in a manner that would allow me to align to that level of success, to that place in my business. So to be able to scale, I had to look deeper at what are the behaviors. Well, we hide out oftentimes from the things that we want to do that we truly desire, but we hide out because we don't know how to do it. We don't have the skills to do it. We've invested in all the things in the past and it still didn't work out. We don't know who to ask. We don't want to admit that we're just painting these smoke mirrors thinking that I'm all of this when I'm really not that. Or maybe I am all of this, but I don't feel like I deserve it. Maybe upper limiting might come into play. And so those behaviors are what are constantly running the show. That's what you're constantly finding yourself doing because you're not sure what to do next. And even the behaviors that we take on in any given situation is really key. And this is what I'm finding, and this is what I'm sharing, and this is what I'm seeing with my clients is the desires, the goals, the thoughts, and the dreams are there. So the behavior, and you've heard me talk about this for me, was get on your butt and listen. And that was part of it. Getting on my butt and listening, what helped me to understand was you need to start taking the action. Your behaviors are not demonstrating the woman who is a billionaire or the woman who is traveling 6 times out of the year or the woman who is doing retreats for her clients. Like my behaviors are not reflecting or mirroring what that is. So I can't get there from here. So I have to make these conscious decisions, these changes, these behavioral changes. One of the ladies in the group in the breakout was talking about there's days that you could shove her face in a chocolate cake and she would come up fighting and wiping the chocolate cake off, where other days you could shove her face in the chocolate cake and she would eat through the bottom. There's those behaviors that we have come really used to or accustomed to following. Yesterday, on the way back from town, my husband says, let's stop at the Creamy Whip. I want to get a milkshake. And he knows that I've eliminated dairy at this point, and he wanted the milkshake. And of course, I had to think about my behavior in that moment. And it was okay for me to indulge in that because I had the calorie, I had the macros, I had, the room for that. And I also enjoyed something with him. So the behavior that I wanted to get out of that experience was, I didn't want to feel guilty because I couldn't have it. I didn't want to beat myself up or club myself over the head because I can go down that rabbit hole. Oh, I'm fat. I can never have milkshakes. That's just bullshit that he can have it and I can't have it. And he knows I'm on a diet. How dare him to think that, he's going to eat that in front of me. Like all of that could have happened. But with this behavioral changing is, can I fit it in? Is it really going to destroy everything I've done up to this point? Will I enjoy it? And will it bring me the joy and happiness that I think that it will bring me? And then can I not have a fight or a squabble between him or even energetically feeling like, how dare him do that? Blaming him. We like to blame others, right? So that's where I knew yesterday was kind of a test for me, I guess, a challenge to say, how are you going to behave in this moment when he's asking to go get milkshakes? And that, my friend, is where the behavioral patterns have to change and be adjusted and aligned, and is just as important, if not more important, than your goals, your dreams, your thoughts, and your desires. What's the behavior? How are you going to behave? What energy do you want to build inside of you so that when you make these choices, these decisions, set the goals, plan the thing, what are you going to feel internally? What is the behavior that you want to behave as, the projection of that? And start really tapping into that, because if anything, the book, The Big Leap, talking about living from your zone of genius, being able to say no in situations that do not serve you or bring value to things, how you build relationships, how you use your time, all of that's in this book, how you live from your zone of excellence and not your zone of genius. Like all of this is something I learned about back in 2011 when I was first introduced to this book, and I read it every year and I look in it every, so often because there's such good tools and messages. One of the things is, affirmations or mantras, being able to start your day to energize yourself. The behavior is, I'm going to get up and I'm going to use the mantra that I expand and love success and abundance every day as I inspire those around me to do the same. I believe that to be true. Out of any situation, good will come. You hear me talk about that. But what's going to start igniting your energy, your thoughts, your behaviors, your desires, your dreams? What's going to do that? So let's put in the behavioral piece and just start recognizing how you might be behaving in situations that you think you're in your zone of genius and you're creating all this greatness and this abundance and you have this lifestyle, but there's a behavioral pattern that may be keeping you stuck and stalled, maybe causing you to shrink, may not allow you to move the needle in your business or align with clients coming in. We were talking about that as well. If you do an event and only 3 people show up and you wanted 75, are you really going to complain that the 72 that you wanted didn't show up and only 3? The behavior is, what if I can say, oh my gosh, those are 3 people that are truly interested in what I'm doing. Those are 3 people that now I can build a relationship with. These are 3 people that may alone know 75 other people that will meet my numbers. And so again, it's that thought process and it's the behavior. You're going to show up just as bold, beautiful, and engaged with those 3 people as if there were 75 in the room. I see that oftentimes. That's called the shrinking. If you're not showing up in your best self to serve those who said yes, even if it's one person, then that's where you lose that excitement, that energy, that magic of living in your zone of genius, of doing the thing that you do, whether it's a product you sell, a service you sell, or an opportunity, whatever that is. Learn those behaviors are just as important. They talk about mannerisms or, externally when you fold your arms, when you roll your eyes, when you're looking at your phone, all of that aligns to someone taps into, she's not paying attention. She doesn't hear me. She doesn't care what I have to say. She's thinking of something to say next because she's not even listening. She's ready to pin me on the mat because I've done something that she doesn't agree with. Like all of those are behaviors that we really know about, but do we really practice that? And one of the things that I'm aligning with is this group program that I'm bringing together so that I can help you sift through not only the life aspects and the behaviors, thoughts, dreams, goals, and desires, but also those business aspects. Where do I spend my money? Where do I spend my time? Who do I hire to do this? When do I have to sit on my butt and do it myself? What is this all about? What is my forward thinking? How does this scale? How does this become profitable? What do I do next? And all of this I'm packing in to this juicy, juicy opportunity for you. And I'll share more on that later. But today, I just wanted to give you the awareness around have the dreams, have the desires, have the thoughts, but be sure to tap into the behaviors that got you there or are keeping you from getting there. And that's what I want to leave with you today, my friends. So go out, be bold, be beautiful, live the life that you deserve. And if you need more support, let me know. Otherwise, stay tuned. It's Friday. We're going to just enjoy this beautiful day and opportunity for just listening to what's next. Get on your butt and listen and know that you're tapping into a deeper resource. You're tapping into that soul. You're tapping into that inner knowingness. And that's where you're going to start igniting the fires and aligning with the greatness and the abundance and start lifting yourself higher and rising, whether it be in life, business, health, wealth, relationships, all of them. You ready to do it? All right, I'm ready to be your guide. I look forward to seeing more of you soon, but it's bye for now, and I'll talk to you later.